So welcome coming to this space. I am so excited about our chat today because we are talking about how to make New Earth parenting so simple. Now, there is so much going on in the world right now, and it can be very, very overwhelming. And add in the fact that you are raising new earth children and their needs are going to be vastly different than any other kids, any other generation. It can feel like you just want to throw all that out, that you just want to follow the traditional parenting, make your kids act and behave and think and feel in the same way, that sometimes it can feel like you just don't want to have this new earth child. And I say that because I've been there. And this is such a hard thing to say. But when my daughter was going through her first year of no sleep, acid reflux, seeing spirits, opening portals, being super sensitive to energy, there were times when I thought, I can't do this. I cannot do this anymore. I cannot do the new earth parenting style. I cannot co sleep. I cannot continue to breastfeed. I can't continue to do all the practices that she needed because it was so much. Because in addition to just raising a child in general, which is enough in itself, the needs of newer children are so different. So, in this episode, I really want to dive into how to make newer parenting so simple. So simple that it's a no brainer for you to be changing how you're showing up for your child, that it is simple, effective, safe for you to be able to support them in the highest and best way. So, let's start off at the beginning. The first thing that's going to make your new earth parenting so simple is for you to actually figure out that you have a new earth child. And a new earth child are the children that are coming into the world right now that are more aware, more conscious, and more spiritual than any other generation. They are more sensitive to energy. They are more connected to source. They are able to do things that are far beyond not only their own age, but humanity itself. Like my daughter's opening portals, and I've connected with other moms that kids are opening portals as well. And they're just dropping things in. My daughter is seeing spirits, and among so many other amazing, beautiful, intuitive gifts that she has, she's also super sensitive to energy. And it can seem like when before I found out that she was a newer child, it was a lot. It was a lot to have all of these different things happen in addition to the sleep deprivation. But when I found out she was a new earth child and she had vastly different needs, and there was another option for me to raise her that would support her, that wouldn't hinder or stall in her development of her chakras or her intuitive abilities, that really would allow her to thrive, I was overjoyed. I was so grateful that I found this other way. And I know that if you're in my world, you want that feeling as well. You want to have that alternative that is safe, that is effective, that's really going to allow you to help your child. And so here is where the New Earth Child checklist comes in for you to figure out if you actually have a New Earth child. If the reason why your child isn't sleeping, that they are really clingy, that they maybe don't want to eat certain foods or in the way that you want them to eat. My daughter does not sit down and eat food like I used to, and my mom used to tell me I used to sit perfectly and I would eat my dinner and I would never be fussy. My daughter has such big emotions, and if this resonates with you, if this sounds like your child, chances are they are part of this new earth. They are part of the global spiritual awakening. And so the first step is for you to figure out if you actually have a new earth child, because then everything you're Googling, everything your mom is telling you is not going to work. It's not. And as much as you will try, as much as you will go to expert after expert after expert, nothing will change. And the reason why I want you to stop doing this is because it's going to bring you to a deeper place of confusion, of feeling lost, of overwhelm, because You are trying to mold your kids into the old earth. Let me repeat that. You were trying to mold your kids into the old earth. You were trying to have them sleep independently, eat certain foods that their body just cannot handle, to stop breastfeeding when they need to be on that and have that deeper connection with you. You are maybe, oh my God, there's a whole list of things that you could possibly be doing. But really, it comes down to you trying to use the traditional ways of raising kids to raise your child. And it's not going to work. And so I want you to just stop right now, because if you truly, truly, truly want to be the best mom for your child, and I know you do because you're a mom, and that's just part of our innate nature, is to make sure that we are raising our kids in the highest and best way, then you need to change things up. You need to change how you're doing things, how you were showing up for them, the words that you were saying, their nighttime routine, the foods that they are eating. And it can seem, again, very overwhelming, but the first step is for you to just figure out that you have a new earth child. The second step, this is the part that a lot of people want to shy away from, and your child is telling you, screaming at you, it's time for you to do this, is to work on yourself, to work on your own beliefs. Your child is waking you up spiritually in the same way that they are needing you to help support their spiritual growth. So, one of the things that happens, and again, it goes unnoticed, is when your child is born, their root chakra is being developed in that first year. And they are going to awaken your wounds of your own root chakra as a mom in order for you to grow with them. So my daughter just turned 1. So now she's working on her root chakra and her sacral chakra. And let me tell you, the stuff that has come up in my life as a mom, as a woman, as an individual, all relates to my sacral chakra. Being worthy, feeling guilt, my relationships are either falling apart or being alchemized, everything around my sacral chakra. And there's no coincidence that this is a time that my daughter is developing her chakra. And so she's awakening for me the wounds and the healing that needs to happen in order for me to be the best version of myself. Because as a mom to a new earth child, you need to be the cycle breaker. Your children need to be coming into this world to be supported, to be free, to be liberated, to be empowered. But how is that going to happen if you are not willing to do the work yourself? If you are not willing to dive into your subconscious and to reprogram those beliefs that have you feeling lost or confused or feeling unworthy or guilty, or maybe even attracting toxic relationships, how are you going to support your child to be free and liberated and to love themselves and have confidence if you can't do it yourself? And so here is where that deep inner work for you as a mom is so important. Here is where carving out time every single day, whether it is you have to wake up 5-10 minutes earlier just to be in a meditative space and ask what you need to work on today, what you need to heal, what needs to be alchemized, whether you are going to bed a little bit later, and again, you do that same practice of asking yourself, what came up today that needs healing? What came up today that do I need to release? What beliefs are there that are no longer serving me that I'm passing down to my children? Because when you become aware of that, everything becomes so much simpler. Because now you're able to see what patterns you're passing down, why they're going to be reacting in certain ways. And it doesn't just necessarily mean that you are going to be instilling trauma into your child, or that you're doing a terrible thing, or that you now have more work to do. It means that you have the power and the capability and the willingness and the space to also heal yourself. Because I know as a mom, when I first became a mom, I lost myself. I was deep in postpartum depression and anger and anxiety of trying to hold on to that old version of myself, manifesting postpartum because it allowed me to feel like I was taken care of. But if I didn't work on myself, if I didn't dive deep into the reasons why I was creating that reality, then I would still be in that space. My daughter and I wouldn't be as connected as we are right now. Chances are I probably would have ended up sleep training her and stopped breastfeeding so my husband can take night shifts, because I would still be in that wounded place. I would be resisting my own growth. So, to make things simpler for you, you have to stop resisting. You have to allow yourself to heal, to see the shadow aspects of yourself, to see the parts of you that are ugly, that are, yeah, just that are ugly. And with that, it will allow you to start to heal, to start to embody more patience and more trust and more confidence in your abilities of a mom, of a woman, an individual, a conscious being. And that will allow you to do this step 3 to make things so simple. And that is for you to be able to connect with your child's energy. Now, if you're hearing this and you think, well, I have no idea how to do this, so how is that going to make things easier? The thing that you're missing is the confidence and the trust to actually connect with your child. And it's not all on you. We have been programmed and indoctrinated and conditioned to not trust our intuition as women, but especially as moms. There is so much fear that is instilled within us around raising a child, around birth, around pregnancy, that takes away our power. We are unknowingly giving away our power to men, to these experts, to the elite, that take us to a place of desperation, that take us to a place of confusion, of loss, of overwhelm. And then we wonder why we can't connect with our child. We wonder why there is this big gap between that beautiful bond, that ability to know when our child wakes up. One of the challenges that I give to you, and this is going to show you whether or not that you are in that place of true deep connection with your child in order to raise them with their new spiritual needs, or if you're still in that old paradigm, that old way of living, that confusion, that loss, that fear. And that is to not use a baby monitor. I know. You may hear this and think, there's no way I can do that. How am I going to know if my child is awake or not? This is where your intuition comes in. This is where that deep bond between you two will awaken, will strengthen, because you've been conditioned to not have to rely on it. You don't have to rely on your intuition, because the baby monitor is going to tell you exactly when your daughter or your son is awake. You don't have to rely on your intuition, because Google will tell you exactly what the wake windows are for your child. You don't have to trust your intuition or connect with your child, because Google or your experts or mom are going to tell you that if they are experiencing these symptoms, then just do this path. If they're experiencing fussiness, you're not making enough milk, so formula feed them. Google, experts, and your parents, chances are your mom friends, they will not understand what you are doing. They will not understand that that works for the old paradigm, that works for the old earth. But the new earth and the new earth kids that are coming into this space need so much more. And to make things simpler, you connecting with their energy and trusting their intuition is what's going to allow this to be so much simpler. The moms that I have worked with, especially the ones who have gone through the theta healing trainings, and there was one this past weekend, and oh my goodness, the moms left feeling so liberated, so in control of their own emotions, their own thoughts, their own beliefs, and also truly appreciating their children for the individuals that they are, because now there was no more of the shadow bond between them, which I'll talk about in another live and another podcast episode. They were able to connect with their child deeper and able to support them. The moms who have gone through some of my programs that we focus on trusting your intuition and really connecting with your child's energetics, they've been able to lower their kids' fever in under 5 minutes. And this is without any medication. This is just because they tuned into their child, they caught the energy of the fever before it actually got really big. And they were able to use the energy healing practices that I teach in these containers to lower their fever. I have one client who she figured out that her kid had eczema because of holding on to the trauma of her father, the son's father. And once that was cleared, because the mom was able to pick up on that, on her energy, on his energy, and clear it, now all of a sudden the eczema is gone. There's another beautiful client who her daughter had a seizure, and because she trusted her intuition, she had co-slept with her daughter that night, and she was able to be there with her. So there was no trauma instilled, but as well to release any of the energetic and physical trauma from the seizure. So her child doesn't have to hold on to that, have to create a bigger fear on that and bigger beliefs around that. It was just cleared. Like when you start to use energy healing on your kids, when you start to trust your intuition, when you start to do this work from that place of higher consciousness, then everything is so simple. So simple. When I say that it is simple, I remember I had one of my beautiful clients who went through the balance and baby chakra. She went through sacred bond, a bunch of different courses that are going to be available in my Cosmic Mother Academy, which I'm so excited about. I don't have all the details yet. They're going to be released soon. It's going to be really big, really powerful, really potent, especially if you're wanting to raise new earth kids. And so she went through a couple of these courses. And I remember getting a message from her one morning, and she was saying, Emily, I absolutely love this. This is so amazing. I zipped up my son's auric field, and it made things so much better for when we went out in public. But the part that she said that I absolutely love is that she said, I just love how theta healing and doing this work is so simple that I actually feel like I'm doing something wrong because it should be taking more time. And I don't know what to do with the rest of my time because she had allocated, say, a half an hour to do this healing work, and it only took 5-10 minutes. And this is why when you begin to embody that confidence and that trust, you know the signs that you have a new earth child, you're doing the healing work on yourself, you are going to be able to use energy healing on your kids, which is step number 4 of raising them and making it so simple that when you embody these virtues and energies and new empowering beliefs, there's no more guessing game. There's no more, I don't know what's wrong with my child. I don't know why they're not sleeping. You can just tune into their energy, again, connecting that sacred bond, and read their energetic field, figure out their energetic blueprint in order for you to then just implement the healing that they need. Whether it is you need to change up the orientation of their room so they sleep better, whether you need to program their food so that it's easily digestible for them, whether it is that you need to zip up their auric field before they go out in order for you to, or for them to not absorb everyone's energy. There's so many different practices, and I'm teaching you all of this in my containers. But when you are able to use energy healing, that just takes things to a whole new level. That just really brings you into that new earth. Now you are a new earth parent raising your new earth child. And again, it comes back to your kids are awakening you in order for you to be able to support them on their spiritual growth. And whether it is that you're just starting out and you have no idea how to use energy healing, I got something for you. Taking the new earth child checklist is a great starting place. Energy healing baby, another great freebie in order for you to figure out how to actually start this, and it's the 3 steps for you to take to start this. Whether it is you've been using energy healing for a while but you just can't read your child's energy, balancing baby chakras, as well as Cosmic Mother Academy, which is launching soon, that will be for you. And if you are really wanting to uplevel yourself as well as raise your newer child, so the dream, then the Theta Healing Training. Because the Theta Healing Training is going to teach you how to be able to reprogram beliefs so you can do it within yourself and your children. You're going to be able to release spirits, zip up their auric field, balance chakras, all the fun stuff and all the deep, really important psychological stuff in order for you to best support them physically, mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, and spiritually. So, wherever you're starting, there are places and programs and resources there for you, but that is up to you. It is up to you whether or not you want to decide. And in this moment, if you choose to continue to try the traditional ways, because one, all the information is out there for you for free on Google. So there's no investment on your part. There's nothing that you have to really change. You're following the same thing, nothing's working. Maybe you're then booking appointments with your pediatrician or breastfeeding consultant, not entirely sure their name. Nothing there is out of the norm. Nothing there is going to be anything that you don't know if it's going to work. But part of the new earth, especially if you're raising new earth kids, is for you to do things differently. And so if you're willing to make that investment in yourself and in your kids, and again, my programs range from like $97 to the Cosmic Mother, which is going to be a 4-figure investment. Wherever it is, there is something there for you. But if you will just invest in yourself, invest in your kids and learning something new, you're making that choice that you are willing, capable, and able to raise your new earth child in the highest and best way. And I guarantee everything will shift. Taking one of my courses, one of my freebies, you enter into that world and you see just how powerful this work is, just how powerful it is for you to trust your intuition as a mom, for you to know that you have a new earth child and know how to use energy healing on them. These 3 things are what makes things simple. And these 3 things are so important for you as a mom. And you're going to leave any of my containers thinking, oh my God, why didn't I do this before? Oh my God, it makes so much sense. And that's what I love about it. Going on Google, traditional ways of parenting, it's not going to make sense for your child. Your child may be having so much energy and you're like, nope, it's time to put them to sleep because this is what Google said. They're awake for this amount of time and it's time for them to go to sleep. Your child may be telling you, hey, I'm holding on to too much energy. There's no way I'm going to sleep. I need you to help me release it. And you may follow the traditional way of parenting and they resist going to sleep. Then you get angry, then you get aggressive, then they're crying more and you have a terrible night. And you're left feeling, oh my God, I can't do this. And I say this because I've been there. I was in that position a year ago with my daughter. I had no idea what to do. I was following everything that Google, my parents, expert had told me to raise a kid, and it was not working. When you come into the new earth parenting world, you're going to leave saying, oh my God, it makes so much sense, because as soon as you tap into your child, as soon as you connect with your child, they'll tell you exactly what they need. And when you have that, there's no more guessing game. Like, there is no more guessing game. One of the things that I tell the moms in my theta healing trainings is, when in doubt, ask creator. In theta healing, we call it creator. You can call it God, source energy, universe, love, and light, but just ask. Ask and you'll get the answer. So whether it is you're connecting with the energy of creation and the greater mind, or whether it is you're connecting directly with your kid, there is no more guessing game. So now it makes sense. Oh my God, this is why my daughter wasn't sleeping last night, because she was holding on to too much energy. So you clear it, you zip up her auric field, and then she's sleeping through the night. My daughter has been having terrible sleeps recently. And again, in my head, when I first heard this, when I first experienced this, I was like, okay, what's going on? And I made a vow and commitment to myself to never Google anything again. But I was very curious of why this was happening. And so I connected with her auric field, I connected with her energy blueprint, and I found out it was because my husband and I are going through our relationship alchemy. And so because of that, she felt the turmoil within me of releasing and alchemizing and healing everything. So because of that powerful sacred bond, she was experiencing sleep disturbances because I was experiencing disturbances in my auric field. And then the next time she didn't sleep well is because it was a full moon a couple of days ago, yesterday, Monday. And so she didn't sleep because of that. And it makes so much sense. And so now it's like, okay, I can implement things, do energy healing on her to help her, and I don't have to worry about her not, I don't want to say following the rules, but not changing as a result of what I am doing. And so I hope this all makes sense. I hope this empowers you to start making changes, whether it is to heal your own wounds, whether it is to download the New Earth Child checklist, whether it is to come into one of my containers and start learning how to trust your intuition, to heal that sacred bond, to use energy healing on your kids. Just do something. And I guarantee it will become so much simpler for you to use this work, for you to raise your child and to spiritually support them. So, with all that being said, I'm sending you so much love today and every day moving forward. And I will catch you later on another episode. Bye for now.